Jamaica has taken down approximately $500 million in terms of payout. This payment will be used to cover repairs to the most damaged road networks. The government of Jamaica has drawn down $500 million in catastrophic payout from the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility. This payment, which was made last month, was in respect of Jamaica's claim in its 2020-2021 excess rainfall policy, held with the CCRIF Segregated Portfolio Company, which was created to limit the financial impact of natural and hazard events to the Caribbean and Central American governments by quickly providing short-term liquidity when a policy was triggered. The CCRIF offers parametric insurance policies for tropical cyclones, earthquakes, excess rainfall, and the fisheries sector. The insurance facility currently has 23 member states. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, who made the announcement recently, has said that the payout was in relation to the intense and persistent rainfall associated with Tropical Cyclone Zeta in October 2020 and Eta as well, which occurred in the following month of November, which caused loss of lives and significant damage across Jamaica, specifically to Jamaica's road network. He further disclosed that the CCRIF payout will be utilized to primarily cover the cost of repairs to the most damaged sections of Jamaica's road network. In a statement as well, the finance minister indicated that this disaster risk insurance policy was taken out because of Jamaica's experience of being susceptible to natural disaster events, including flooding. He pointed to the significant damage that natural disasters have caused to Jamaica's infrastructure. Dr. Nigel Clark stated that this is the reason for the government of Jamaica having sought to implement a multi-layer disaster management strategy with a list of financial instruments to manage the financing of disaster risk. He further mentioned that as Jamaica continues to simultaneously respond to the pandemic, this payout and certainly the country's participation in the CCRIF and other similar facilities will reduce the need for the shifting of fiscal resources from other priority areas to respond to natural disasters. The government of Jamaica's subscription to the CCRIF forms part of the government's larger multi-layer framework and strategic plan developed to manage the financing of disaster risk. Minister Clark further emphasized that there are other elements of the government of Jamaica's disaster risk financing framework, which includes a contingency credit facility with the Inter-American Development Bank and the capitalizing of the country's own contingencies fund. Further went on to emphasize that the government of Jamaica is continuing to work on the catastrophe bond through the World Bank, the placement of which has been delayed due to the pandemic. In 2007, the CCRIF was developed as the first multi-country risk pool in the world and was the first insurance instrument to successfully develop parametric policies supported by both traditional and capital markets. In 2014, the facility was restructured into a segregated portfolio company to facilitate offering new products and expansion into new geographic areas, and is now named the CCRIF SPC. It is owned, operated, and registered in the Caribbean. The government of Jamaica's program, where the MOEI provides laptops for past students in specific grades. The MSET is the ministry with knowledge, experience, and supplier relationships in the procurement of laptops in scale, in the service of efficiency and practicality. Therefore, the Minister of Education, Youth and Information engaged the MSET to procure the laptops on its behalf. The government of Jamaica is accounting for this collaboration across ministries, which serves the public interest, is represented as a reduction in one area and an increase in another. If one is hasty and ignores the notes in the estimates of expenditure, it may seem like a reduction, but the activity is not a reduction. One way to look at it is that the Minister of Education, Youth and Information and the Minister of Labour and Social Security are procuring the laptops from MSET as the expert in the area. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, along with the Ministry of Labor and Social Security and the public they serve, continue to be the beneficiaries. A third inaccuracy in the article states that the Forestry Department's budget is being reduced in half, moving from a budgeted 1.02 billion to 487.2 million, without acknowledging the accompanying narrative in the same estimates of expenditure, which explained the entries in the estimates of expenditure. Estimates remarks on page 19046-1 clearly states that the reductions reflect transfers. The head 21046 Forestry Department consequent on the subject being assigned to the portfolio of the Ministry of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change in September last year. These transfers reflect the finalization of subject assignments which took place in September 2020 and are not any reductions. It was further stated that it was understood that resources are stretched everywhere, including in the media. However, the media has a profound responsibility to make every effort to report accurately. Failure to do so will therefore undermine the body politic, and we will all lose in the process. The estimate of expenditure, known as the Yellow Book, was tabled in Parliament and are an accounting of the proposed changes in budgetary expenditure. It is well known for being a dense document with lots of numbers expressed according to a specific format, which of course many are not at liberty to change. The accompanying notes in the margins aid in understanding the numbers and form an integral part of the estimates of expenditure. It shows a report that ignores these notes will most likely to be inaccurate. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching the Learn Academy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.